All those in favor? Anyone opposed? That carries. Great work, everyone.
With the 5 lives recently lost to a devastating house fire last week top of mind, Brampton moves to expand a pilot program that would help crack down on unsafe rentals.
This pilot is talking about landlords and dealing with them as business owners. They are business owners making money off of their property, and just like any business owner who needs a license, landlords also should be operating with a license and be subject to inspections in the same way as a restaurant or a nail salon.
The residential rental licensing program started in 5 wards last January to help the city deal with illegal rental units, and councillors say it was successful, noting hundreds of residences that previously were not compliant with building codes and fire codes that are now compliant. The plan now is to extend it across the entire city.
Unfortunately, there were many international students who were renting out some of these properties that were either divided up into multi-units or illegal basement apartments or whole houses that were being rented out.
This comes days after a house fire took the lives of 5 people and left 4 others in hospital. Brampton's Mayor Patrick Brown said the house has a history of compliance issues.
The tragedy last week, we don't know the full extent of what the negligence and compliance was. As the fire marshal investigates, we'll get a greater understanding, but we do know there was an order to comply on the property. There was attempts to enter that were refused, and there was an ad online for an illegal unit.
In a statement, counsel for the landlord said the landlord denies receiving any communication from the city of Brampton on this file and that they were not aware of any inspection requests, adding the property was lawfully tenanted and the tenant lease was signed for the entire house in March 2023. This lease only allowed 4 adults and 1 child to reside at the property, and additional persons, if any, visiting or otherwise residing at the house were without the knowledge and authorization of the landlord.
We have the constitutional right.
Dozens of Brampton landlords have protested this program in the past, saying it penalizes compliant landlords and subjects property owners to more inspections and fines to worry about. The mayor says while the vast majority of landlords are ethical and adhere to building codes and fire codes, the purpose is to crack down on those who don't.
And that we can have confidence that residents are living in a safe environment. We don't want to see fire traps. We don't want to see an inhumane conditions for living in our city.
The plan is for the expansion to go citywide in a phased approach. Council is also appealing to both the provincial and federal governments as they build more housing to ensure that they give municipalities the tools they need to keep residents safe. Talia, Ricci, CBC News, Brampton.